Good afternoon. I'm having a rough Saturday. Can't seem to get anything in order, but I will show you that the cycle of 28 days to the moon, 3 days, 2 days, 3. What this is 3 years equals to 1 day every year. 364 equals to 13 moons. 365 is an extra day. We get 1 day for 3 years here, and then over here we get 2 days for 1 day. So this is a total of 3 years, and 1 year is 4 years. 8 years, 12 years, 16 years, 20 years. It'll take 23 years, and then we must get a 2 to link the next one for 30 creation, 30 creation. 2 and 5 and 1. 5 and 1 creates 77, the number to Mars. 2, 3, 4 vibration is in between, which is a reflection of 6, 7, and 8. 6 and 1, 6, 7, and 8. 2, 3, 4 is a reflection of 6, 7, and 8. The star system, 2 and 8, 10, 3 and 7, 10, 4 and 6, 10. 2 is a reflection of 5 and 2, 5, 4, 3. 5 and 2, 7, 4 and 3, 7, 3 and 4, 7. Where 6 gets 1, 0, 1. 8 to 7 is 1, 6 to 7 is 1. Now this one will become 2. This one over here will become 1. And this one will become 0. That's where your 210, 216 hours is a 9-day period, because 4 plus 9 equals to 13. This will be 90. All 9s plus the number will bring you back to the number you started with. We're looking for the numbers 1, 4, and 7, or actually we're looking for 10, 13, and 7, or 16. The letter P, the letter M, the letter J. 147 is the setup on the left side of the calculator. This is how we build. We build with 1. 1 is in 3. 1 is the polar to 6, and 1 creates 8 from 9. 2, 5, and 8 recreate each other. 2 and 5 is 7. 2 and 8 is 10. 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 5 and 5 is 10. 1 and 0 is 1. This row creates this row. 1 and 1 is 2, 4 and 4 is 8, 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5. This row gets this row gets this row. So this is your 23 years to the cycle. 23 years times the number of moons equals to 260 plus 3 cycles of the moon. This is your creation. This has something to do with some kind of calculator in science. I don't know what it is or if it's connected to the Mayans. 299 moons, 8,372 days. In which in these days we must remove from these days the total of 28 days from these days. It's actually 8,354, the sun and the church, or let's count it as the steeples, because 54 and 28 equals to 72. 54 is the number to the sun. 27 equals to that 54. 27 is the red sun. 38 is from electric company. 3 times 8, 3 plus 8 will be 15 and 8. It will create recreation, number 23. Anyways, we're not going to get into that. Let's just jump on to the next page real quick. 357 cycles, 1400. This is cube days. 7 is the total number between 1 and 6, which is up and down, and 14 all around the cube. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 6. 14, 6, 10, 11, 14. Up and down 6, 1. Up and down 5, 2. Up and down 3, 4. 7, 7, 7, 14, 21. 1 half and 1 quarter. 9 lives of the cat equals a 2 to 1. 9 lives of the cat split life. 21 is the lowest on the dice. You do not enter the game. The game is craps. 2 dice that do not get you into the game. You must play with a minimum of 2 dice. So the minimum you will get is 2. You must play with a minimum of 2 dice, and the greatest number is 5 and 5, because 7 has to be created from 2 dice, and the polars of each dice is 7. 7 and 7 is 15. 1 and 4 is 5. 5 and 5. 5 and 5 is 10. All zeros equals 6. 10 becomes 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 7 and 7 now equals 5. These are the 2 highest numbers. This is a half-life. These are halfway in between. Only the extensions count. We don't need to count this. We have the greatest diameter everywhere else. 51 weeks out of 52 equals 357. The remainder is 8 days, 0.25. 8 days, 0.25 in the center. 51 by 7. 119, 911 times creation is 357. The letters over here are G, U, and N. You can use it for any one you want. 7 by 5 is 35. Times 3 is 105 in the hand of God. It becomes 165. Now, I always keep forgetting and remembering what this is, but it's also 1, 5, and 9, the greatest diameter, because we must flip over our letters, just like on our numbers, just like we do for this. Flipping over 7 for 2, reflecting it as 5. Putting 0 and 0 together, we now have an 8 saying above and below. We put the tails on each end, right? This is the way it is. Here's an S this way, and here's a small s this way. Here's your digital caught in between your clock. 6 and 9, 6, 8, and 9 is inside this. This is what creates it, the continuation of both letters. And this is like your brakes. You ever drive a truck? This is your brakes. 2, 5, and 7. 2, 5, 7, 7. 7 and 7 is 14, becomes 5, 5, 5. 25 becomes 2 times 5, 2 plus 5 becomes 10, and 0, 7, 17. And that is your number over here, 171. This will recreate Mars. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 is 8, and 7 equals 15. 8 and 7 is the separation of the gateway, because 8, when you go to the supermarket, then it costs you 8 cents, it costs you 10 cents. If it costs you 7 cents, it costs you 5 cents. The difference between 36 times 57 and 63 equals to 1539, connected to the Aztec Freelies. If you know about this, look this up. Where does this come in? It's 03, brings you to the next level. We bring it down to the minor level. Earth. In creation, man. This number would then revert to a 6. It would be man and Earth. It would be beta Venus and Earth, 8, 52. This will become a 6. This would be T and Y, and thank you. 8 days, 8 days, 8 days. 357 and 8, 365, 365, 365, 366. Total, 33. 23 cycles. Times this equals to 184 in days. 184, the spirit is inside the Pluto. Your separation times 3 equals to the cube and equals to the 9 lives of the cat, where the birth comes in for communication. 1 is inside 10, 1 is inside 11, 6 and 5 and 5 and 5. 6 and 5 and 5 and 5. That is 11. They call that the student. When you go play the game of craps, that's the student. The actuality is this is 5 and 2. Here's your 2. We don't need to count this because it's already here. Here's a natural 5 and 2. Here's your 1 and 2. 6 and 5 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 1, 2, 2. The Aztec Freelies. I already did this in the last video. 365 days, 1461. This adds up to 2124, becomes 363. We did that. Now what we're going to do over here is we're going to take 363 and bring it to the 147 world. 3 and 4 is 7. 1 and 6 is 7. 4 and 3 is 7. 1 and 3 is 4. 7 and 6 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 1 and 3 is 4. And we go down here and we have the same number over here, coming out to 357. How we bring out 3 times, it becomes 3 times 57 is 171, plus 15 equals to 186. And 15 is the number to Mars. 186 or 168 will equal to the number of hours in the week, and it becomes the high sky in the spirit, because 6 will reflect 9, it'll be 9 and 8, which brings out the letter H and I. Now, I'm not telling you much. All I'm doing is bringing to you a vibration, a way of thinking that when something comes up, you'll say, oh, I thought of this, and now I'm thinking of this because of this. And it's just a realignment of the mind. Have you ever seen a candle, Arbra, Beta Angel Resident, Rara, Ra, 18, 2, 18, 9, 2, 9, Venus and Venus. 1829 is what this answer is going to come out to. equals 911. 18 is 9, 29 is 11, 911. This is candle Arbra, Abraham, the hand of the resident angel. Just trying to see what else I have inside of here. This is also a reflection of 3 times 8. 3 plus 8 equals to 35. 21, 2 and 1 is 3, 1 and 7 is 8. Electric company, 3 times 5, 3 plus 5 will equal to the number 23. This number and number 72 come together. This number over here is the white ghost. This is the white ghost. That's where it comes together. This 8 will bring 6. This 9 will bring 5. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. One more thing, when we did these numbers over here, this one will create 6, this one will create 4, or 6 and 7. 5 and 1 is 6, 0, 7 becomes 67, becomes 13, becomes 4. 6 and 4 is X and X, and it's an east-west rotation between Saturn and Mars. When it comes out over here, it becomes 9 and 3. 9 and 3 is the sky of Saturn again, because the Saturn number is 93, and that passes over Hoover Dam. Hoover Dam, Highway 93. Now, again, I'm not happy with the totality of the video, but I must finish this off and move on to something else. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Maybe a little something off the wall. Thank you for watching this video.